We are just inside the Beltway, about 10 miles east of the Capitol Dome as we come to you from FedEx Field here in Landover. Today we've got a Week 6 matchup for you here between the New York Giants and the Washington football team.
Set to kick off.
Set to go now in Week 6 of the NFL season, and we are underway on EA Sports.
Taken in at the 3. And able to take it past the 25 and up to the 28-yard line.
Will take over 1st and 10 at their own 28-yard line.
Now a play fake here on 1st down. Got him in. It's Brashad Perriman. And he'll be tackled right on the chalk of the 45. 17 yards on the game's opening play and a quick 1st down.
Well, we can talk about it like it's just a basic route, but how about the timing on this one? Lined up on the right, runs a deep in route, and how about the throw? Right on the money. Bam! Puts it right in there and on his hands. Nice completion. Really good pickup.
They'll contain him to just 4. 2nd down.
Well, offensively, that's the mismatch that you want. You want to force a linebacker to try and cover your back out of the backfield, out in some open space. But linebackers nowadays, they run like backs, and they take a lot of pride in covering. What a nice play he made there in the open field.
And they're going to have another 1st down as the tackle's made at the Giants' 37.
15 yards the pickup. 1st down, Washington.
1st and 10 at the 37-yard line.
They'll look to throw here on 1st down.
And he'll get this to Antonio Gibson complete.
And he's got this down almost to the 20 before he's dropped. 17 yards on the catch and run. It's a 1st down.
Washington, 1st down. 1st and 10 at the 21-yard line.
First carry for the Boise State Bronco, Alexander Madison. And a hard-earned yard there as he ran through one would-be tackler. It's 2nd down.
At the 20-yard line.
The numbers for him from a week ago. 13 carries, 69 yards.
And to me, the goal is the exact same thing as last week. Get him the ball early and often. I think he's got another big game in him in this one.
The pass.
No, they were unable to make anything really big out of that, but it's not a bad idea to find your tight end and give him an easy completion and keep moving things forward. Almost his bread and butter is a good running back dive play.
And they go the wrong way here. Knocked back to the 20. Losing 4 yards that time, and now it's 4th down.
That's a nice clip and save sequence there defensively because they did everything as they would have wanted to. They forced the 3rd down, blanketed the field with coverage, nowhere to go with the football, forced the dump off to the back, and even then they closed quickly and got him down behind the line of scrimmage. You name it, they did it well in that last sequence.
Washington.
So the opening drive does yield points, maybe not the 7 they wanted, but they'll take the 3.
Accumulating 1st downs does not go up on the scoreboard, but it does go into the DNA of a team that's trying to establish itself to start a game. That has to feel pretty good for them. They'll take the 3.
Yeah, they had 3 1st downs and 3 points.
So here are the Giants under head coach Joe Judge.
And trotting out there, their tall quarterback standing at 6'5".
And he ought to have a lot of pep in his step after last week's performance because he did exactly as you want him to play if you're a coach. 3 touchdown passes, 0 interceptions, which usually means you're making a lot of right decisions out there.
And got him to win. On 1st down, Jones. And right away, he lost the football. And he gets it back into the end zone. It's a fumble recovery leading to a Washington touchdown. And give some kudos to the defensive coordinator, I think, here. They bring the blitz, they dial it up, and it turns into 6 points for them.
It's so nice to hear you actually give kudos to the defense. It is so nice for such an offensive guy like that. I love it. He dialed things up, and boy, a big play resulted for his guys.
Well, you like the credit to the defense there, right, my friend?
Yeah, do I ever.
And he'll just sit on this one as their drive will start at the 25.
25-yard line. So the Giants getting the football back here for their second drive. And that last possession possession, really a gut punch. You seemingly had it working. You were in the midst of a very strong drive, then suddenly to fumble, and you're watching the back of a defender's jersey as he brings it all the way in the other direction.
There's not much more I can add to that. I thought you summarized it perfectly, partner. You've just got to regroup and start putting another drive together. That's all you can do.
One play has him up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10. They'll run for the first time with Saquon Barkley. And he'll take this one up close to about the 45. The tackle by Cole Holcomb.
Certainly a nice job there by the defense rallying to the football and getting him on the ground. But I think the play gets made by the defensive front. Because if they can't get upfield, their job is to go ahead and get low, almost get into a ball sometimes, stack things up, and make it difficult for the runner to find a hole.
It's a gain of 6, moves him to a manageable 3rd and 2 situation.
Gain of 6. And
they'll try to run for it with Barkley. And Barkley did not get there. He needed 2, he got 1, and that's going to leave him with 4th down at a yard. They'll run with Barkley and able to pick up the first across midfield to the 47. They only needed a few inches, and they didn't get much more than that, but by about the width of a shoelace, they convert on 4th down. The 4th down run successful. Now they look to pay it off on 1st down. Operating from the gun, Jones. Open target here, Darius Slayton. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. That'll be a pickup of 10 as they try to recover from this 10-point deficit. Now hold everything here. We're going to get a timeout by the offense. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Now Jones. And he fires one incomplete.
They've given up a few first downs on this drive, but getting the incompletion there, that should give them something to build on and maybe turn the tide.
Line of scrimmage, again the 37 as they line up 2nd and 10.
56. Mike, 56 right there, 56.
Throwing again, Jones. They'll set up the screen to Barkley. And he's going to get this inside the 30. It's a 1st down on a gain of 10.
You can almost hear the sigh of relief coming from their sideline and from their point on the field because this has been a tough start for them thus far. A much-needed 1st down there. They needed something good to happen. Plays like that will continue to help them dig out of this hole.
Now Jones throwing on 1st down. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
Incomplete. Brings up 2nd and 10.
2 seconds to go, first quarter. On 2nd down, here's Barkley, and he'll be taken down as that will take us to the end of the first quarter of play. 10-0 the score after 1 on EA Sports. An extra man in the secondary for Washington on 3rd down. Jones fakes the give to Barkley. Eluding the pressure right. And the throw there going to be incomplete.
That was an interesting look there because as soon as he got outside the pocket, I thought he was going to take off and run for yardage. But what often happens now with these quarterbacks who can move, defenses want to try and keep bodies in front of them. And I think that discouraged him from taking off and made him try a pass downfield that fell incomplete.
That keeps Washington 10.
So he had a chance to get him on the board there, but unfortunately that big yellow metallic structure in the back of the end zone, it had other plans.
And that's when we're kickers watching it the whole way saying, oh no, don't hit it. Rats.
Here's a throw, complete right side to start things out. And he'll bring it up here to right at the 40-yard line.
Never make the mistake that the slot receivers, especially the little guys like we're watching here, are just quicker than fast. A lot of them combine quickness and speed, and they catch a lot of footballs, as we just saw there.
And now look at him go. Touchdown, Washington. Alexander Madison, his second touchdown on the season.
And Washington able to stretch that lead out even further.
What an excellent run, and from the beginning, the defense just looked a little fooled, a little out of position.
A little bit frozen, too, because when you hand the ball inside, you lose sight of it oftentimes as a defender, and your eyes naturally gravitate to the quarterback. And before they realized it, he was off and running through the thick of the line while the quarterback faked it and carried it outside.
Here's Bullock now for the extra point. He's got it, and it's 17-0. So 2 plays on that scoring drive. That's how they drew it up. And the long run into the end zone, and what a run it was. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes.
From the 6. And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get this up to the 29.
At their own 29-yard line.
The Giants going to take over again on offense.
They're down 17-0, really needing to find that offensive spark on this drive as they have it with a 1st and 10. From the gun, Jones. That's complete to Slayton. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. 15 yards is the pickup there, and the drive starting very nicely. First down. Throwing, Jones. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off near the 32. And the return stops just a little bit shy of midfield at the 48-yard line. But when I looked down, he was kind of shaking his head right after he threw that pass. What did you see?
Well, from a defense's perspective, anytime you have your eyes back towards the quarterback, you're in a position to make a play on the ball, whether it's a big-time play by you or an overthrow by the quarterback. You have a much better opportunity.
And now the drive starts with a completion out to the right. And he'll be taken down at the 44-yard line. Give him 9 there on the first down completion.
Brings up second.
That last catch short of the marker by just a yard leaves him with a very manageable 2nd and 1. On the toss, Madison. And he'll go down shy of the 40 at the 41. 2 yards, good enough for a first.
Washington. 1st and 10 at the 41-yard line.
They'll run it with Madison. They'll fight forward for a couple down inside the 40.
I know we can't hear what's going on in that huddle right now, but I'll guarantee you at least one offensive lineman is saying, my bad, we simply couldn't move them off the line of scrimmage. We've got to do a better job trying to root those guys out of there.
The throw over the middle, taken in. And he's going to get this down near the 20-yard line.
That's good for a Washington.
Now remember, they tried to give him the ball and let him run on the last play, but I think the light bulb went off in their play caller's mind, and this time they get it to him the more conventional way, and it's much more successful as well.
Here's Madison running on first down. Open space inside the 10. And he's all the way down to the 6-yard line. Another strong gain on the last 2 plays. They've moved it a combined 33 yards.
I'm not sure how much more evidence they need, partner, than to understand that if they don't start to slow him down, it's going to be a long afternoon here at the stadium because...
And he takes it in. Touchdown, Washington. Gus Edwards, his first touchdown on the year.
And Washington going to add on to their lead.
And while no one on the offensive line will get the 6 points next to their name, they should be credited with this one. Tremendous blocking to get the runner into the end zone.
To add the extra point. And the lead is now 24. So the drive there took 6 plays. And it's capped off by a touchdown run of 6 yards. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away.
This one fielded at the 5. And a decent return out to the 27-yard line.
First and 10 at their own 27-yard line.
Now here comes Daniel Jones and the Giants again.
In second quarter, they're down big already. He's struggling as well. They've got to find something here. He's got to find something on this drive.
And sometimes you take on all that extra pressure on yourself, and maybe you have to disperse it a little bit. Lean on some other people, lean on your teammates, find someone who can take the pressure off and get the ball in their hands for a while.
This, if he doesn't, this is getting out of hand, or it could get worse.
Number 26.
Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
If they want to start getting back into this game, it behooves them to get better on first down.
Yeah, certainly not what they were looking for there out of the opening play of this drive. Now he's going to swing this one out to his running back. 1:57 to go in this first half on EA Sports. And we'll remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll join Jonathan Coachman and the gang in Orlando. Coach will have stats and scores from the early games going on here around the NFL. Oh, it's a screen pass. That's complete.
And Washington now going to use the first of their 3 timeouts.
It's just their first, so they'll have 2 remaining here before we get to halftime.
Facing this big first half deficit, they keep the field goal unit on the sideline. They're going for it.
They're going to try and throw. Got a man, Slayton. And he's got the first down yardage before being taken down at midfield. A big pickup there, 20 yards as they convert on 4th.
First down, New York.
From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. That's complete. He's got Barkley out of the backfield.
Jones pass.
5 yards on the pickup, and it's a 2nd down. They're going to need to get up and set in a hurry.
The 45-yard line.
Under pressure, and he will go down. Sacked back at the 46. Now the Giants will use the 2nd of their 3 timeouts, as they'll stop it with just over a minute to go before halftime.
After that sack, 3rd and long, tough spot for Jones and the Giants.
Back to throw. Jones. And that will be incomplete. The passing game not in sync here early. And now it's 4th down.
Said punt it, punt it. Head coach have already made that decision.
Now on 4th down here, that pass knocked away and incomplete. And give credit to Reuben Foster, the linebacker, getting a hand in to disrupt. And partner, I'm not really sure what in the world they were thinking on 4th and long there at this stage in the game, but you think social media may be firing up a little bit right now?
Oh, the coach is trending right now. All right, there's no doubt about it. People are wondering what that decision was. But it takes me back to a number of years ago. A very successful coach in the league had told himself before a playoff game he was going to be aggressive. No matter what, he's going to be aggressive. And it ran his team into some real problems early, and they got upset in that playoff game. Let's see if this team can recover.
Well, that's aggressive in capital letters with glitter, 7 underscores. I mean, that's the definition of aggressive.
Yeah, you can almost hear the cheerleaders doing the be aggressive chant behind him, and he listened to it.
And he's got this down to the 35. Now Washington going to use the 2nd of their 3 timeouts as they get the stoppage with just under 50 seconds remaining in half number 1. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. He's going to let this go. Back of the end zone. And that one's going to be over everybody in the back of the end zone. It's incomplete. He was looking for Brashad Perriman, and that'll bring up 2nd down.
Similar to a shooter in basketball, just connected on the previous shot. They run another set for him on the next play. Now, we had a guy who made the catch. They tried to get the big one downfield, but came up empty.
And he'll find Hall. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. That one a gain of 20 and a 1st down.
Good strong throw and catch right there. And so far in this game, the alleys have been open for them to get completions, and they're taking advantage of it.
So the ball down to the 16 here for 1st and 10.
This is caught. And he couldn't quite get there. Tackled down at the 1.
Now Washington going to go ahead and use their final timeout,
as it'll come with 15 seconds to play in the 1st half. A chance to really cap off a big 1st half here as they come up on 1st and goal. They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. And that is caught. Touchdown, Washington. Brashad Perriman as the 1st half is winding down.
And this Washington offense continuing to add to their lead.
That score that they just gave up there, that's a tough one for their defense to swallow because they've had a tough time through the first 2 quarters. They really were determined to get a stop there, unable to do so. That makes their comeback hopes that much more difficult.
Here's Bullock now for the extra point. And the route is on here in this 1st half. 5 plays there on that drive. And the result, a touchdown for Washington.
So not much time to speak of remaining in this 1st half as the kick's away. Taken in at the 3. And he'll get it up past the 20 to about the 22.
Giants take over 1st and 10 at their own 22-yard line.
The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. And last time out, went for it on 4th down, turned it over, gave a great field position, turned into 6 points, so they've got to recover here, Charles.
It's amazing what one decision can do in the chain of events, right? The decision to go for it on 4th down.
Caused all of that.
It caused every bit of it, but it showed confidence. Hey, I've got confidence in you guys. Go pick it up for them. Didn't happen. Also showed confidence in the defense. They didn't pick up their end of the bargain, so now they've got to come back out and start over and rebuild that confidence.
All right, Brandon, thanks. A few teams starting to rise to the top as it's time to take you around the NFL here in Week 6. We'll get started up at Lincoln Financial Field in Philly, and that one getting close to halftime with the Falcons out in front. Calvin Ridley, a touchdown reception. Next, we take a trip down the coast to Miami to check on the Dolphins at home at Hard Rock Stadium. And things didn't work out so well as they fall to the visiting New England Patriots.
We now proceed to the start of the second half. The Giants set to get the football, and they trail here as we get back underway in the second half.
Taken in at the 3. And he'll be tackled just shy of the 25.
The Giants take over 1st and 10 at their own 24-yard line.
New York ready to go again offensively.
And that first half, one to forget really on both sides of the ball. They got to find some way to string something together here, don't they?
Yeah, they're down big right now. So as you mentioned, trying to find something to string together, get some consistency, something sustained, maybe calm their whole team down and find a way to get back in this one.
Yeah, because right now you're down big, you're being shut out. Let's see if this is the drive that kind of kickstarts them. Jones and the Giants now with a 1st and 10 at their own 24.
And from the shotgun, he'll throw.
Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Ronald Darby.
And he will bring this one back. It is a pick-6 for a Washington touchdown.
So this defense doubling its pleasure there. Remember, they had the fumble return for a score earlier in the game, and now this time an interception return for another score. Now Bullock to add the extra point. And he's been a busy man, 5 for 5 now as he knocks another one through to extend the lead. So the defense creating some points, not only getting the interception, but then returning it to the end zone for the pick 6. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick 6, and now the kick is away.
And makes it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line.
At their own 23-yard line.
Possession of the football going back over to the Giants.
And they gave up the pick 6, and now they'll be looking to right the ship here. Now, as a quarterback, are you a little more cautious this go-around?
You should be, just because after what you gave up, but you can't be so cautious as to just really take things in, and now you're not going to play loose enough to give your team a chance to score. But you still have to be careful because those defensive guys, I know the reputation defense guys can't catch. All evidence to the contrary on that last possession, though.
Now a throw right side taken in here to start this drive. The drive starting with a 1st down, 11 yards on that pickup.
Well, maybe this offense has learned something from watching their counterparts work. I'm wondering if their coaching staff said, let's do what they've been doing the entire game because that's worked well. This offense, they have not looked particularly good all game long, but a nice throw there for a good gain and a 1st down.
Throwing on 1st down, but this one winds up to be incomplete. Evan Ingram was the intended target, and it's 2nd down.
Another attempt, another incompletion, and when I look at the scoreboard and where we are in this game, it comes to mind that they have to start getting the ball in the hands of their playmakers. Throw it to the guys that maybe can take a short pass and turn it into a long gain or make people miss downfield. They've got to have points, and the guys who can put the ball in the end zone, they're the ones that need to touch the ball.
Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions. Operating from the gun, Jones. And he comes back with one complete.
Pass interference, defense.
Thought they were going to force a 4th down. Instead, P.I. gives them the 1st.
And that's frustrating because you think you've taken them really deep into the count, haven't you? Instead, you've got to start all over. That can really, really be demoralizing.
Now a nice throw here right side. He hauls it in. And they're able to work this to the 25 before it's all said and done. The catch and run going to wind up netting him 33 yards.
That was awfully nice. Hit him in stride, and off he went. It was almost like the ball hitting him was like him receiving a baton, and he was running the anchor leg in a relay race.
Nothing in that first half, nothing on the last drive, but they're moving now with a 1st and 10. And he's going to go down here, a sack. They push him back to the 34.
I know there'll be a little bit of criticism there because they went right back to the air after the huge pickup and ended up getting sacked. That's often a play that you make. You feel like you've got momentum on your side.
Unfortunately, the O-line failed to hold up to try to keep that momentum going. Got to imagine the pass rush will be equally intense here on 2nd down following the sack. It's 2nd and 18. Another try after the 1st down sack. Jones, he's got his man on the crossing route. And down he goes, taking it inside the 10, just shy of the 5 at the 6. Here's Jones, operating from the gun. And that is caught. He's got it for a giant touchdown. Darius Slayton, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And it's for pride now, but the Giants do get a bit closer. And all about timing there on that short slant, Charles.
Exactly right. That was timed up so well. The route, the throw, touchdown.
Graham Gano on for the extra point. Oh, and it's no good. He tugged it wide left, and that will keep our score right where it is.
Set to kick off.
So with the missed PAT in his rearview mirror, he goes back out to kick this one off.
Takes it at the 7. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line.
1st and 10 at their own 30-yard line.
So here is Washington now to take over.
They fell last week to the Jets, but they've got the lead right now as they start this drive. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive.
They'll set up the screen for Gibson.
And past the 40 before he's out of bounds. Nice way to start the drive. A gain of 12 and a 1st down.
Well, I certainly don't want to pile on, but this defense has just not been up to the challenge in this game, and this continues as we see here. Coverage, not been very good. Soft in spots. There's an easy throw and catch for another 1st down.
And that'll hurt the average a bit as this time they're able to get him behind the line.
It's a loss of a yard. Brings up 2nd and 11 at the 42-yard line.
2nd and 11.
Going to run with Madison again. That'll leave them with a 3rd and 2 coming up. They got 8 yards there.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here because they're playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time and making it work.
They'll go to the air here on 3rd and 2. And he finds McLaurin. And they're going to have another first down as the tackle's made at the Giants' 40.
10 yards there, good for a Washington first down. So 1st and 10, and if they score on this drive, might have to start digging in our second half blowout material.
Here's a throw out wide, complete to his running back right side. And brought down, but able to get it to their 30-yard line. It's another 10 yards on that one and another first down. They'll run with Madison. And he'll go down here right around the 23-yard line. It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets him to 2nd and 4.
23-yard line. It's a pickup of 6. Brings up 2nd and 4.
Now a pass dumped off to his running back. And this won't be enough to pick up the first. A gain of 2, 3rd and 1.
That might feel like a little bit of a lost opportunity there for the offense because the defense brought pressure that time. And sometimes against that, you can get out to your running back, and it can turn into a big gain downfield.
And he takes it in. Touchdown, Washington. Jonnu Smith, his 3rd touchdown now on the year.
And the Washington offense just continuing to pour it on.
And what a weapon he is at the tight end spot, because when they throw him the football downfield, they count on him getting additional yardage almost every time. And that's exactly what he did there. Caught that, ran with it, all the way to the end zone.
Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away.
This will be fielded inside the 5. And the tackle going to be made right there at the 25-yard line.
At their own 25-yard line.
Back on offense, New York gets set to take over.
They have been struggling. I would imagine at halftime they went through some possible changes. Well, those changes aren't working, so now where do you go?
I think that now it's much more in their head. And what I mean by that is just what you said. You've gone over the changes. I bet they were pretty clinical at the half, not too emotional. They might need to go to the emotional side because you've got to find something, some spark, some...
Oh, Jones has just thrown his 3rd interception.
Picked off by the former Giant, Landon Collins.
And he will bring this one back. It is a pick 6 for a Washington touchdown.
Randy Bullock.
This D wanted to put it away before we even get to the 4th quarter, widening that margin a bit further.
And while they won't just empty the bench just yet, if you're a backup, start loosening up. I think you'll get a chance to play before this one is over now with that type of a cushion.
So they throw the pick 6. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air.
From the 6. And he takes this near the 25. Just a little pass there. Call it the 26.
At their own 26-yard line.
And here comes the Giants offense back out onto the field. And fresh off the pick 6, they've got to forget about that quickly.
In this case now, the guy throwing the ball, he's got to be like what we talk about with defensive backs who get beat for a long touchdown. Short-term memory, right back out there doing the things that he does best, and knowing that taking care of the ball is paramount. Here's his opportunity.
All comes back to those defensive backs for the former DB, right?
I don't know where that comes from.
And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. And it's Clinton Dix with a pick. And he'll bring this one back to the 29. That throw, Charles, over the middle of the field, and a few too many bodies in there got picked.
That's a normal situation, too, isn't it? No matter how hard you try and spread the field sometimes, there's always going to be a traffic jam, it feels like, towards the middle. And if there's any type of a missed throw, or maybe the ball's tipped, or just too many bodies in the area, an interception can result.
Back now at FedEx Field. And this is a blowout so far as we get set for the 4th quarter. A very one-sided affair. Another carry now for Madison. And they'll work it inside the 15-yard line before it's all said and done. Give them 14 on that one and a first down.
And carries like that, that's how they're going to continue to salt this thing away here, Charles, in the 4th quarter.
Yeah, how about that? A new set of downs. Clock continues to move. No better way to close out a game than to tap those mastodons you have up front.
And he's going to go down. He's sacked back at the 24. The sack coming from big Dalvin Tomlinson. So now 20 yards to go on second down after the sack. Work to be done. Back to throw here.
They'll get this underneath to Madison.
It'll be a gain of 6, and that'll force upon him a 3rd and 14.
That's a gain of 6. Makes it 3rd and 14.
Going on the ground with Madison. And he'll take this one down near the 15. Give him 3 yards there as that'll take us to 4th down.
If you're looking for glory, looking to get your name in the headlines, you do not want to play nose tackle. But how about what we just saw there? The ability to hold people up, take on extra blocks, and actually slip them and make a tackle on that play. That's big time.
So it's 3 more points, and that widens this thing out even further here in the 4th.
And you know in this league, you can never have enough points, but this widens it out, as you said, and now it's all about ball control, isn't it?
And it'll come out to the 25 as he will not attempt to return.
And New York set to take the field. And they've sort of lost their way, partner. How do they recalibrate and get this proverbial train back on track?
Well, this is where leadership really comes into play. How's the head coach handling it? The offensive coordinator? Sometimes they just make a joke. All right, guys, had your fun? All right.
Throw it out the window.
Yeah, let's get back on track here. And sometimes that'll work just fine.
I guess it's time now to lean on that leadership. They're throwing to start the drive, but that one incomplete.
As his old brain remembers, when I see 5 wide receivers on the field as a defender, I know the ball's coming out high. They expected it and got there and popped it free.
An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on 3rd down. The Giants on 3rd down. Not good. 0 for 4 thus far. This is 3rd and 10. They'll try and set up the screen. It's complete.
Jones pass.
Good contain. No gain on the screen, and it'll bring up 4th down.
3 and out. 4th down.
Jones throwing on 4th down. And they will not be able to hook up there. It's incomplete. The coverage good that time by Kendall Fuller. Well, they were 2 for 3 on 4th down tries. Now they're unsuccessful. That brings them down to 50%.
But that's a percentage you have to feel pretty good about. You know, 2 for 4, 2 for 3 before that. They finally get stopped again. That's okay. That's the type of team that'll keep pressing. In this situation, they'll continue to go for it.
A 3-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 7 at the 22-yard line.
On 2nd down, this is Madison. And he's taken down after a gain of 3 as they move it from the 22 to the 19.
Taken down at the 19.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where there'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
57, Mike, 50.
On 3rd down, they run with Madison. And brought down, but not before they get it inside the 10 to the 7. They get the first. The decision to run on 3rd and medium winds up being a good one.
No doubt those are the types of carries they're looking for here, Charles. The lead in the 4th quarter. This is when coaches that have a reliable running game, they breathe a little easier on the sideline.
Yeah, they love the idea that they can take the air out of the football at this point of the game. That means they're really counting on that offensive line, counting on the runners, taking care of the football. Because you're going to tell your quarterback, hey, no time to be a hero. We're not going to throw it here. Just eat up that clock. And if you have the ball, they can't score.
Here's Madison, and maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. He'll wind up losing a yard on the play, and that's going to bring up an interesting 3rd and goal.
This has not been a fun sequence for him at all. 1st and goal, no gain. 2nd and goal, he ends up losing yardage. He may be trying to talk him into getting the ball 3rd time, but I think it's going to be difficult for him to win that battle.
Washington.
Charles, it's one thing to win. It's another thing to win and put up the amount of points that they did.